Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You have found bruTusaka Gaming. Today, I went ahead and hit the workshop again. This time, I typed in engine just to see what you guys have come up with. That wasn't a good deal. And you guys have some very interesting ideas here. So, we'll go ahead and start with this first one and work our way down. This first one here, the V6 engine by Icebound Glacion? I don't know. But she made it. Hop up here, and it is a piston engine. Hit the button. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want the button. There we go. And it kicks right on and spins right up. Kind of interesting how it actually works, especially with this glitchy looking thing here. Looks like the pistons are actually extending through the bar and hitting the other side. But it does work as advertised. It is a V6. There's 6 pistons there. Got some logic on the front of it that I assume they're each looking for a different color, and that's how he's got this thing going. On the front here, you got different colors for there. Honestly, I've not even looked at making a piston engine yet, but it doesn't look like it'd be too awful hard. And the controller in the middle just sets the angle on all the bearings. He's got sensors down there that trigger when each one of these is supposed to expand and contract, hooked up to logic gates, and then hooked up to the piston itself. So like I said, a piston engine itself doesn't sound like it'd be that hard to make happen. I might give it a shot. I might have to. Well, we'll go ahead and turn this one off and introduce the next one. Next one is the Vulcan V8 600 horsepower by Allstrack. I don't know how he figured out it's got 600 horsepower, because I didn't see a dyno or anything in this workshop, but it's a lot of the same concept as the first one here. You push the button and it kicks up those 8 pistons. Same concept down below. He's got a blocks painted certain colors, controller to control the angle on all of his bearings. What's this button do? Oh, it just advances the timing. Probably makes it spin faster. But you can't really tell. Yeah. Like I said, same concept. Works a little more reliably. This one here I had to weld like 3 times to get it to go and not be a failure. First time I welded it in onto a post, it didn't start up at all. It just sat there and hissed. Kind of like this one is now, but it's off. So that would make sense. That one there, it didn't want to go at all. So that brings us to our next one. Next one here, just called Engine by Macho Man. Now this one isn't actually a working engine. It is just a gas engine in there. I assume it's a gas engine anyway. I can't really get to it. And yeah, it just looks really cool. The way he's got the intake set up coming out here, and he's got the exhaust going in behind it. You got a lot of details on here that look really cool. I assume those are supposed to be turbos on the front. But yeah, that's a pretty cool little, big engine that he went ahead and made for us here. So I figured, why not give him a shout out too? And we've got this guy here. This one, where's my lift? Once again, this one as well is just called Engine by SR4NIM. Works like a real engine. Only instead of using pistons on his, he went ahead and did thrusters. Works basically the same way. Push the button here, and it starts going. He's got a cam there in the middle that flips the switches, tells it which ones these to kick on. And this one here just kicks up the speed a little bit. Works pretty well. Pretty standard stuff, kind of like those. They're pretty standard. Nothing super fancy about them. And the other thing this guy did was on the backside, he's actually got these 2 pieces here come out to stop it. Instead of using, I don't know, logic or anything else. So we go back and these pieces are down in here. Got them put away. I thought it was pretty cool. So I went ahead and featured it. Now this big behemoth, once again just called Engine, is by Greg Q99. This is a highly detailed Briggs & Stratton horizontal shaft engine with sound effects and moving parts. Press and hold green button to start, and press and hold the red to stop. This model uses no mods. Sometimes it takes a while to actually start to turn. This one looks really cool. Where is it at? There it is, down here. When you turn it on, and it kicks on, you see, you can hear it in there. It sounds like a big old Briggs. Up there he's got, I want to say those are pistons in there. Yeah, probably pistons, just one up and downing. And back here he's got a prop shaft, just to show it. He actually doesn't have anything inside, so you can look at this. He just has a gas engine hooked up to 2 different bearings to make the back and front spin. He's also got a couple of tote heads in here that make noise, make it sound more like a big engine would. But yeah, he's got a lot of details on here. The intake, he's got his exhaust return or vacuum line, whichever one that is. Nice logo up top. Even a spark plug on the top there. It's super, super detailed. Push button again and it turns off. There you go, you can hear it. That's the tote blocks in there. Sometimes they get caught on. Next up, here once again just called Engine by Momo10. And he uses similar as that other one where he's got jets operating it. Push the button and it kicks on. Now one thing that he does, it's a little bit different from the rest of them. He's actually got this end piece glitching through the bearing in there, holding it all together. And then he's got it glitching through with these suspensions for this piece you can actually hook something to. And once again, he's got the sensors there set to fire when it hits that point. He's got a block set out front so that it'll trigger them. Pretty cool looking engine. But very basic. Especially when compared to this big thing. All the details on that, and this one's just what you see. A couple of thrusters going up and down. Right, push a button and it stops. And we can get on. Oh, what's it doing? Oh, it's balancing. And we'll get on to the next one here. This one here, I think it said it was engine, but I think it's more of a generator. At least that's what I see when I look at it. Engine with 5 pistons. Z-boot Wally Hernick. Oh, I'm sure I killed that. But he says it's got pistons in it. But when I looked at it, he's actually got an electric engine here hooked up to the front and back. I don't know what he's got going on with all these other ones. I might rip it apart and find out. Because none of that's actually hooked to anything. As you can see. So nothing can trigger it, turn it on and off. I think I will go ahead and remove this real quick. Oh, it's not going to let me remove it real quick. It's going to make me do this one at a time. Oh well. I'll do it. See what we got going on in here for real. Oh, I see. He's got little red pistons in there moving up and down. I went ahead and broke the camshaft, so we're missing a cylinder. But that's what he's got going on. Not an actual piston engine. Just here we could probably delete this and see it in there. How it's going up in there. Probably take this out and it'll probably kick on for us. Until that one falls out. There we go. Wonder if we can see it going up and down on the top of it. Up here. Yeah, there we go. See them coming up and down all at the same time like that. Not really an engine, though. Like I said, it looks more like a generator from the outside than it does an engine. Next up, I will go ahead and delete that. We got this guy, and this is very complex, especially for what we're doing. It almost looks like whoever did it saw it and was like, hey, let's figure out the most complicated way to do this, because there's a ton of logic on there. Once again, it is called Engine by Ingavem. And, yeah, you push this button here. Nope, that's backwards. This button here to make it go forward. Nice RPM counter over there. And then you push this more and more and more, and it goes faster and faster. Like such. This is another one that's doing a lot of the same stuff as the other ones. 3 pistons. I don't see any sensors anywhere, though. Which is probably why it's so much more complicated. He's actually got all this timed, I bet. As to when each one is supposed to fire. That's kind of cool. And then the pistons, once again, are glitching through the other side. But he's got pistons on both of them, so I'm not sure what those ones are for. Unless you just wanted to make sure that it didn't collide at all. See how fast we can get this thing to go. Nope, that's it. Once it hits a certain point, it don't like it anymore. See that? Now it's going backwards. Yeah, this is, now that I see why it's so complicated, that took a lot of work to get done. Holy cow. That is craziness. How much math he's doing on these blocks. Now he's got division, multiplication, he's got cosines, oh man, there's way too much going on here. Way too much. Next up, we've got this guy. Now this, you're going to say, that doesn't look like an engine. Well, you're right, it doesn't. Because it actually says, no motor, motor. This vehicle drives without using a motor. It has one built that's off and not connected to anything. It can move forward, but you may see it's a little buggy. Well, that sounds perfect for what we're going to be doing. I'm going to take a look and look. Take a look and see. My goodness. Words today are not working. And it looks like all the wheels are unpowered. I don't know what that is for. But there's nothing hooked up to it. So, go ahead, hop in the seat and push 1. Oh, I see. This one go backwards? No? No. It's definitely another glitch situation here. Oh, he's using those as lights, I bet. Come on, I want to go backwards. Go backwards. How about turn? I don't want to be on this other creation. Come on now. Work with me here. Are you going to work with me? Nope, it's going to make me move it myself. That's fine. We'll go ahead and dump you over here. And push the button. And flip myself clean over. Yep, that's what I was going for. Uh-oh, that's not what I was going for. There we go. Now we're going backwards. I have no idea how we're going backwards, but we're going backwards pretty quick. That is... How does he get those wheels to spin? There's no motor there. He wasn't lying. There's not a motor on this thing at all. But somehow those wheels are spinning. And pretty quick, too. And it's not like they're just barely spinning. This thing's interesting. I don't know. Go ahead, hop out of it and put it on the lift. Because he's right, it is buggy. But I also think whatever he did to make it do what it does is probably why. That is... Best I could figure is something to do with the way the doors are pushing out on the wheels. If I had to guess, that's what I'd say it was. Kind of like the suspension glitch where it hits something solid and makes you turn, makes you stable. So we're going to finish off with this guy here. Engine differential buggy. Buggy with fully working piston engine and differential. Try it on hills, rocks. Automatic differential, 3. Open lock, 4. Up starts the piston engine. Down turns the piston off. 1 is clutch. 2 is forward backward. 3 is automatic unlock, lock differential. 4 is lock unlock manually. 5 lights. Oh boy. So we're going to go ahead and push all the buttons. That's how we're going to start. So we got 1. Aha. So he's got it working as a clutch, but he's got it just disengaging completely from what he's got back there. 2. Okay. So that would be reverse, because it's on the other side. See how it switches there? Here, we can push the clutch. See how it switches sides? That's why we got reverse. 3, he said was automatic, right? 4 was manual. Yeah. We're going to go with that. 5. Oh, there's some lights. 6, some other lights. 7, a blinker. 8, the other side. That's cool. 9, horn. Alright. Let's zoom out a little bit so I can see better, and we'll start playing with this thing. So it does have a clutch, so we'll start off by engaging the clutch and then hitting the gas button. Okay, it looks like everything's spinning up front. So in theory, all I gotta do is release number 1, and we should take off. That's exactly what's going on. That's kind of cool. And if you let off the throttle, it still keeps going. That's kind of cool too. It does have pretty good it's really compact. That's what it is. This thing is really, really compact. Not sure how he's even got the front wheels connected on there. It almost looks like he's connected to the side of the piston. Must be a part that I just haven't seen yet. But he says try it up hills and rocks and the such, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to take it up this hill right here. See how well it does. Oh, nope, it does not like super steep hills. Maybe if I take off the differential lock, it'll go up there a little bit better. Nope. Oh, that's reverse. There we go. Now we're going the right way again. I'll take that off. Come on. You can definitely get up there. Nope. Well, we can flip over. That's something. Oh, that's cool. Now you can actually see how it works on the bottom there. How he's got all 3 of them hooked up. I'd like to say he's got sensors somewhere, but if he does, I don't know where he put them. There's definitely something triggering somewhere. Oh, I bet it's right up there, right up front there. Tucked in the grill. No, those are all controllers. And logic gates. There they are. There's the sensors. I figured you'd have to have sensors to make this thing work. Oh yeah, that is cool looking. Kind of weird how it glitches through everything. I suppose those are pistons, aren't they? Yep, those are pistons, so it will glitch through those. they have no collision on the actual extension of the piston. Or the piston itself in general, if I remember correctly. What happens if we just hit the throttle? No, it just goes. That's good. Ooh. That differential is open. And I just flipped it back over. Hey, but we're good. We're good. Come on. I don't want to go over backward again. I don't want to go over backward again. Oh, well. Well, go ahead and delete this out of here. And get me back over to where I was with all that stuff out. So what do you guys think? Did you like this where I showed off other people's creations? I mean, some of these engines over here took a lot to make. A lot of brain power, a lot of planning. Try to get everything lined up just right. Especially this one on the end here that's got all the logic on it. I mean, that's a lot to try to figure everything out and get going. And I'm afraid to look at it all. Oh yeah, spider web. Yeah, I have no idea how he's got these things. Oh, what's he got hooked up over here? Smart engines. Huh. Well, that ain't very cool. Got those hooked up to those bearings so that automatically looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do. Instead of actually using the pistons to go up and down. Well, that doesn't seem right, does it? And he's got 3 more of those going to the actual pistons. It's still a lot of logic, though. I'm not going to disqualify him for that. This here, with all this logic here, yeah, he did it in a way that made it easier to do, but at the same time, did he really? I mean, look at all this logic that he's got to work through just to get those different motors running the way they need to. Where, if you run over here to this guy, we'll go to the same setup. This one. Yeah, it still looks like a spider web in there, but doesn't seem quite as bad. There's not as many logic pieces there as there is on that other one. But make sure you leave a like and let me know whose creation or which creation you like the best. Yeah, this has been bruTusaka Gaming, and I'll see you next time.